Hello and welcome to the April 2018 edition of the Plympton Podcast. I'm Andrew Hill. Coming up this month, we hear about the investment that's going on in the local play parks. We find out who is to be the next Stannator of Plympton. We recall the fateful voyage of the Titanic and learn of an exhibition currently going on at the National Maritime Museum in Falmouth. MP Cheryl Murray celebrates the role of women in politics. We speak with the new chairman of Plympton Community Council, and the Lord Mayor of Liverpool gives a tribute to the life of the late Sir Ken Dodd.
The Plympton Podcast!
But firstly to play parks, and many in the area are now undergoing improvement. One of the first to receive attention were the ones at Rashley Avenue and Peacock Meadow. At the official reopening of these, I spoke with Ward Councillor Patrick Nicholson.
Now, Patrick, today we've just opened the new play park here just outside Peacock Meadow. What's brought about this investment?
Well, for a long time there's been a lot of developer contributions, money sat in the council coffers for play area improvement, and we thought at the beginning of last financial year that if we added some council resources to it we could have a full-scale city programme. So what we have here at Peacock Meadow is Colebrook's improved play area as part of that citywide scheme.
So as well as this one just on the other side of the stream, I think you've made some improvements actually to the play area where the ramp is in the park itself.
That's right, a lot of play areas are guided by age groups, so the one in Rashley Avenue is really up to 11-year-olds. Peacock Meadow is more principally for the older youth. So we've tried to improve facilities in both locations.
And this is one of a number of sites that I think are being improved in the area.
That's right. Well, citywide, there are over 30. In Plympton, we have here at Rashley Avenue, Peacock Meadow, we have Borringdon Close, but there's Plympton, St Maurice, Yelpston Farm, some areas. So there's lots of players in Plympton benefiting from this investment. OK. And in terms of other areas, are there other areas of Plymouth that are going to get some investment as well? It's a citywide scheme, so we've opened up new play areas in Plymstock, in Estover, certainly in other parts in the north of the city. Southway, there's substantial investment going. So it's citywide and partly driven by where development's taken place and where we have developer monies to put into the improvements.
And how important are events and places like this to the local community?
Well, for young people, they're vital, aren't they, in terms of getting them to be active, getting them out of doors, away from their laptops and from their computer games. So this is all about not only the fun of being at a play area, but also to help, hopefully, their livelihoods and their health and well-being. So that's driving the programme. Also, the joint local plan, we wish to see within 400 metres of property provision of play area and accessibility of play areas. So it's driven from a policy point of view, but ultimately our young people need a bit of fun, and this hopefully provides that.
And it's somewhere where they can come safely. I mean, you've got a sandpit here should they fall off, and it's cushioning them, and you had like rubber matting over at the other site that we saw just now.
That's right. You know, it's safe play and modernising it to current standards. So we've got good suppliers who are providing imaginative designs, and hopefully all the young people that will use these sites will get years of pleasure in the future.
From now until January 2019, there's a Titanic exhibition at the National Maritime Museum in Falmouth. Kevin Wadland caught up with the co-curator of the project to find out more about the history of the Titanic and its fateful maiden voyage.
There were actually Titanic, a lot of films, black and white film and a colour film was made of the Titanic, but do you think they got the real picture of the Titanic?
It depends which film you look at. Probably the most accurate one is the 1958 Night to Remember with Kenneth More. That's probably the most accurate of what happened. For a reproduction of what the ship actually looked like, it's probably the James Cameron. But the James Cameron one deviates quite a lot from what actually happened.
They never thought the Titanic would sink, actually, did they?
Well, it's one of those things. Once it had sunk, people started to say she was said to be unsinkable. If you look at the time when she was built, no one ever said that. Anybody in the shipbuilding industry ever believed there was such a thing as a truly unsinkable ship. She was certainly one of the safest ships. I mean, she had watertight bulkheads, she had more lifeboats than she was required by the Board of Trade. So relatively, she was probably the safest ship in the world.
Over 1,500 people died, didn't there?
People have disputed this number for ages. No one's quite agreed on how many people were lost. The American inquiry had slightly less people than the British inquiry. But the figure that we think is correct is 1,496 people lost.
There was mainly, actually, a lot of people from the southwest of Cornwall and Devon, actually, about 62 people, wasn't there, or something?
Yes, we've looked specifically at the Cornish passengers, and yes, that's the number. And if you look at the male passengers, there were 34 male passengers, and not one of them survived.
Captain Smith, do you think he went back to the cabin, or do you think he actually helped the crew of the lifeboat in that?
There's no evidence that he helped with the lifeboats. He gave the orders to get the women and children in the boats. And then he sort of disappears for about half an hour, and no one really knows what happened to him. He was last sighted just before the ship went down, actually on the bridge, so that's very probably where he met his end. Once the rescue ship arrived back in New York, all sorts of stories came up that he'd saved a baby and swum to a lifeboat and placed it in the lifeboat, but none of those stories have really any evidence for them.
A lot of people actually see the film, actually, the black and white version. They see him actually singing with violins on the boat. Do you think that really happened?
Well, that's another interesting story. Almost every film plays Nearer My God to Thee as the last moments of the ship. There's good evidence that the musicians did play until almost the very end, but it's a big subject of what they actually played. What's very curious is if you look at the memorial to the musicians in Southampton, it's got the notes of Nearer My God to Thee on the memorial. If you look at the grave of Wallace Hartley, the musician's leader up in Lancashire, that's also got the notes of Nearer My God to Thee, but they're different versions.
You've got another exhibition actually down at the Falmouth Maritime Museum actually of the Titanic, isn't it?
Yes, there is. It's now open. It'll be running till the beginning of January next year. And it's called Titanic Stories, where we look at some of these myths and stories and what lies behind them.
There's a lot of work behind the scenes actually to get all the material together actually, because there must be a lot of archives out there. There are some people, I mean, it's over 100 years old now, isn't it? The Titanic went down. But it must be, there must be somewhere ancestors or families living somewhere, or children, grandchildren, who knows about what may have got some archives at all from the Titanic.
It's amazing what is still turning up over 100 years later. There are still families that have letters and notebooks, because a lot of people didn't really want to talk about it immediately after the time, but they may have written letters later, so who knows what's still to be found. There's probably a huge archive out there somewhere.
Do you think a lot of people are from the southwest? Have still got people living from the ancestors living from Titanic in the southwest? You can mention the names?
Certainly, there are relatives of quite a few of victims still living around the Cornwall area. I believe there's a descendant of the journalist W.T. Stead now living in Cornwall as well.
Plympton's next Stannator has recently been chosen. There were 3 candidates this year: Maggie Holmes, chairman of Plympton's U3A, local musician and singer Andy Lewis, and Natalie Harrison, the minute secretary of the Plympton Community Council and Plymouth Play Space Association member. Community Council chairman Fred Lethbridge announced the results of the secret ballot held at the council's AGM.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? We have now the results of the election of Stannator, and I'm very happy to say that Mrs. Natalie Harrison has been very successful.
Right, Natalie Harrison, congratulations. You've been elected to be the new Stannator for 2018-19 here this evening. What's your thoughts on the outcome?
I'm really pleased. I'm very honoured that the members of the Community Council have elected me as their Stannator for the forthcoming year. I'm really looking forward to attending lots of events and representing the people of Plympton at events across the city. I've been involved in the Community Council now for a number of years, and I feel that I've been involved in lots and lots of the events. So it's fantastic, and it's a great honour to be Stannator-elect.
Yeah, so as you say, you've worked very busily behind the scenes here for so long, and how do you feel to make the transition to now being Plympton's First Lady?
Well, it's going to be an interesting one. I'm so used to getting my hands stuck in and being behind the scene at all the charity events that we have. But I hope that I'll still be able to use my enthusiasm and my energy to support all of the events that we have. I'll still be working behind the scenes. I'll just have a face of Plympton as well at the time when the time is right.
And we've just recently had International Women's Day, so I suppose quite good that a female now takes the role again.
Indeed. I think as women today, we're in a position where we're equal and we do everything the same as men do. And and having looked at our Standards Board, we can see that we have a fair proportion of our gender across from males and females. So it's not an issue.
I mean, it is quite interesting, isn't it? Because this has become a more of an issue in recent years. But you look back here at the Stannator's board, it was only 3 years into it that the first female Stannator was elected.
Indeed, and we currently have a Lord Mayor that's female. There's no reason why we're not completely equal, and I'll enjoy the challenge. I'll enjoy meeting everybody of all genders during my year as Stannator.
OK, well, you're going to have a very, very busy year ahead. I can speak from personal experience on that one. Natalie, many congratulations.
Thank you very much indeed, Andrew. Thank you.
While Plympton has chosen its 18th female Stannator, it was 100 years ago this year that women first got the right to vote and stand for election in Parliament. Kevin Wadland has been discussing that anniversary with South East Cornwall MP Cheryl Murray.
So back in 1918, there was a lady actually who put up who was Sinn Féin, but she didn't take her seat. But in 1919, Lady Astor became the first lady MP. Is that right?
Well, I'm absolutely delighted that Lady Astor was the first lady to take her seat in the House of Commons, and of course she represented Plymouth Sutton.
That was 1919, wasn't it?
That was, and it's a real plus for the South West, and for Plymouth in particular. I'm also really pleased that we now have a record number of Conservative female MPs in the House of Commons, and of course I'm one of them. But I should emphasise that unlike our Labour opponents, we Conservative women got here on our own merit. We didn't have all women shortlisted. Indeed, in my own selection process, I was the only woman, but people still chose me. And one of the things I think people need to make sure that they pay attention to is just like Lady Astor, the Conservative Party selects women on their merits. They don't have all women shortlists to make it easy for them. So when you hear the Labour Party bragging about having X number of female MPs, remember that they are not really up for selection, or many of them are not up for selection against men, because the Labour Party, just as it did in Plymouth Moorview very recently, imposed an all-women shortlist. So they were actually sort of saying, well, we've got to make it easy to get women candidates, because if we put them up against men, maybe they would not be selected.
I believe
My party doesn't do that.
In 1952, actually, there was eight Conservative parties in 65 years, over 65 years, 8 Conservative parties in, but there's only been 2 lady Conservative MPs, isn't there?
Sorry, you mean 2 female prime ministers?
Yeah, that's Dame Margaret Thatcher and also May.
MPs. We now have our second female prime minister.
Yeah.
None of the other parties have ever had a female prime minister in the Westminster Parliament. And I think that shows that actually selecting women on merit, rather than making it easy for them, shows you get the best class of person. And I'm really proud that my party had the first female Prime Minister in Margaret Thatcher, who did so many groundbreaking things for this country. And I'm really proud now that we have Theresa May.
I don't know how many people actually, I've noticed actually, they were still shouting in 1888 and still shouting in 1909, and it wasn't until 1918 that the lady stood, actually, didn't take her seat. But they've been still shouting, and it's good to see ladies actually in Parliament and the House of Lords since 1919.
Well, I'm really, really proud, Kevin, to be part of a party that has shown that women can get right to the top. And if there's any young women out there, or anybody really, thinking about standing for Parliament, I can highly recommend it. And we do need more women in Parliament. And I'm just proud that the Conservative Party have led the way by not only electing one female Prime Minister, but electing two when we haven't seen any from the other party.
I see over the years now, actually, since 1909, 1919, you didn't have all the media around now. You had these papers. We didn't have the broadcasting actually on TV now, that people can actually sit and watch Parliament being discussed, couldn't they?
They can indeed, and as I've said before, I would emphasise the fact that anybody can stand for Parliament if they get selected, providing, of course, they haven't broken the law. But we do need more women. Please don't be put off, and please think about it as a career, because I can assure you that you will have one of the most rewarding jobs there is. And not only by sitting in that fantastic historic chamber, but also helping people in your constituency, which my office and I do on a day-to-day basis.
So 100 years, actually. It's 100 years next year of the first Lady Astor sitting in 1919, but it's the 100 years, actually, of the people, one person who stood but didn't take her seat in 1918, is it?
That's right, but we should celebrate the fact that Lady Astor was the first woman to take her seat.
She was under Lord George.
She came from Plymouth. She represented Plymouth Sutton. And I do believe that Plymouth City Council still have the Astor diamonds, which are worn by the mayor or the mayoress on special occasions.
The Plympton Podcast.
If you see somebody showing any of the signs of a stroke, you don't have to think about it, you just dial 999. Use the FAST test. F. Face. Has their face fallen on one side? Can they smile? A. Arms. Can they raise both arms and keep them there? S. Speech. Is their speech slurred? T. Time. Time to call 999 if you see any one of these signs. Act fast, make the call, dial 999.
Armed Forces Day. Why support it?
My dad is my inspiration to support Armed Forces Day. He gave so much to the country.
There are people that put the country before themselves to secure our freedom.
As a United Kingdom, I think we've got amazing armed forces.
I'm supporting Armed Forces Day because of the sacrifice they make to protect our country.
Armed Forces Day is on Saturday, the 30th of June. Show your support by saluting our forces at an event near you. Visit armedforcesday.org.uk.
You probably think you're pretty good at multitasking behind the wheel. I mean, you have to multitask to drive. So what's wrong with checking your phone? The thing is, your brain simply doesn't work that way. Even a quick look at a message, or firing off a quick reply, affects your concentration and makes you less able to react to hazards. If you use a mobile phone while driving, you're 4 times more likely to crash. Think. Put your phone away.
I love my brother. We do fun things like playing together. I like having hugs with Freddie. Freddie gives the best hugs. Freddie used to be very poorly, and the doctor said he might need a new liver. Then one day, a very nice person gave their liver to Freddie. It was amazing. We were so happy. Now he's around to give me more hugs than ever.
Tell your family you want to save lives. To find out more, visit organdonation.nhs.uk.
Hitting an ancient stunnery town with programs just for you. The Plympton Podcast.
In another female success, Rose Hamley has become the new chairman of Plympton Community Council, having taken over from Fred Lethbridge, who's completed the maximum 3 years in office. I spoke with Rose following her successful election. Rose, many congratulations. You've become the new chairman of the Plympton Community Council here. What does it mean to you to become the chairman tonight?
I'm very privileged and honoured to be the chairman of the Community Council. Plympton Community Council is a very good association made up of a lot of very good associations, clubs and whatever within the Plympton area. And I think they do a very good job promoting Plympton and helping people within the area, which is important.
Now, obviously you've been the Stannator in the past and you chair two other prominent groups in Plympton. What do you see yourself bringing to the role of the chairman of the Community Council here?
I am very, very, very pro-Plympton, and I think that's my main ambition in life, is to put Plympton well and truly back on the map. And I think that's one thing that I like to do. And I think it's important to promote us, because I think we get rather overlooked, and I think, you know, as chairman, you get invited to lots of different things, civic dues and so on, and you can promote Plympton. I think it's important that we do, along with the Stannator. And I'm so delighted that Natalie has become the new Stannator.
Okay, and you've obviously...
Girl power.
Absolutely. We were just commenting on the sort of male to female ratio of past Stanators there, and it's been broadly 50-50 ever since the start.
Yeah, I think the point is that, without sounding sort of pro-women, but I think women do, if you look at the room, if you went into the room and looked at the people that were there tonight, there's a majority of ladies in that room compared with men.
Now, you've been very prominent in raising Plympton's profile. For example, you brought the old Plympton St Mary's Rural District Council Chairman's Board here, so you obviously really have a great affinity with this area.
Oh, I do. I was born here, born in Colebrook, and I really do love the place. And I wasn't totally bringing it back. John Bolden helped bring it back as well. And you know, obviously it is important that Plympton has its own heritage here in Plympton. It's not going to be very long before we're going to have our History Week. And Plympton is the only one within the actual city that does a whole week of history events.
Now, I believe one of your ambitions is to have like a history room here at Herod House.
Yes, I think we are well on the way to doing that. And John Bolden is very much involved in it. And we'd like to have somewhere where people can come along and see Plympton's history, because at the moment a lot of it is just locked away in people's homes, and we can come along and we have got quite a good lot of things here. And we hopefully have a bit more information for you in the next couple of months.
Okay, well, Rose, many congratulations, and look forward to the years ahead with you at the helm here.
And thank you, Andrew, and I believe you're going to be our vice chairman, so that's going to be very nice as well. So you can't get away with being on the committee.
The singer and entertainer Sir Ken Dodd passed away in March. Kevin Woodland has been talking about Sir Ken's life with the Lord Mayor of Liverpool.
Well, it's just a pair of tribute, actually. A lot of things come out of Liverpool. The Beatles, and a lot of the little hidden gems came out of Liverpool and the Liverpool docks. But one man came out of Liverpool, actually. He was born in 1927, and unfortunately passed away in 2018. And it's our famous happy man, Ken Dodd. Is that right?
Yeah, Ken Dodd's iconic Liverpudlian.
Yeah, you are the Lord Mayor of Liverpool?
I'm Malcolm Kennedy, Lord Mayor of Liverpool.
Yeah, it's very sad news for Sir Ken Dodd, actually, but he made so many people happy, actually, in Notty Ash with Ken Dodd and Diddymede, didn't he?
Oh, absolutely. I wasn't originally born in Liverpool, and when I was a young boy, I only knew really three things about Liverpool. One was the football teams, the other was the Beatles, and the other one was Ken Dodd. When I moved to Liverpool, my first bus journey to the city was down the route that took us through Notty Ash. I couldn't believe it when I saw Notty Ash was a real place. I lived here 40 years ago, so I'm very familiar with it now. But Ken Dodd has been a hero of mine for decades, and he just made people laugh, and the people in Liverpool loved him.
And actually, he was born in the same place in 1927 in Notty Ash, in the same house, wasn't he?
Yeah, he died in the same house he was born in. It was his mother's and father's house, and he lived there all his life.
And he actually went around several places. He went to London, actually. He played in London Palladium. He played in a lot of programmes, actually, on TV, and also took a part on the radio. But he also played in the down at the Bow Bull and Bush in the Good Old Days film, didn't he?
He was recently awarded. I went down to London for an award from the British Music Hall Society, and famous comedians were there, writers, people like Barry Cryer, Roy Hood, Jimmy Cricket, actors and actresses like Patricia Routledge I was sitting at a table with, and the focus of attention was Sir Ken, because he was getting a Lifetime Achievement Award from his peers. So he was popular with ordinary men and women, and but admired by professionals as well.
He also actually felt that he had a private life as well, didn't he?
Yes, I mean, I think he was a very open man. One of the things I've said to people is that he always had time for people. If he would stop and talk to you in the street, he would regale you with stories and jokes. But yes, like everybody, he was entitled to a private life.
He also actually dressed up with Ken Dodd and Dilly Men, but he also was a cross-British, wasn't he? He also had a puppet as well.
He appealed to all ages.
Children, yeah.
He appealed to children. He appealed to adults. His humour could be at times just like playing the fool. He could sing and entertain people that way, or he could be very topical with his jokes.
And also, if you went to watch him actually at the Palladium, if you had to catch a tube back home, you had to run late because he used to run all the time, didn't he?
He was famous for shutting the doors. I mean, I was told the story today about somebody who had one of his shows, wasn't used to how one of his shows would normally go, and the people next to them opened a picnic basket and started handing out sandwiches and drinks to each other, and there was only supposed to be 10 minutes of the show to go, and they wondered what was going on. Of course, the show lasted another 2 hours, not another 10 minutes.
He also dressed in very bright colours, and yellows and reds and very bright colours, but he also had the same as tickling stick.
Oh, I mean, the tickling stick. In fact, I've got one hanging up in the hallway here at home, which was presented to me when he had his 90th birthday at the town hall here in Liverpool. He actually presented it to my wife, and he told her that Sunday mornings would never be the same again.
And alas, that's it for another month. My thanks to audionautics.com for the production music used in this podcast. Hope you enjoyed the range of features we've had in this edition, and until next time, thanks for listening, and bye for now.
The Plympton Podcast.